Today on Physics Nation News, we will talk about one of the most argued topics in the physics world, the wave-particle duality of light. Stay tuned to find out more. In the studio right now, Austin Garcia is sitting down with Phil the flashlight to give a first-hand look into the dual nature of light. Austin?
Thanks, Jackson. So Phil, talk to me about being two things at once. Is it hard? I mean, you're being considered like a wave and a particle. What's it like?
So just record it for however long you want it to go. I don't know if it's picking up the audio, but you can lose it down.
Oh, so you've been considered a wave because you reflect and refract, and you diffract and interfere, and you even sometimes are polarized. I mean, that's a lot of evidence for one side of the argument. How can you possibly be considered a particle as well?
So just record it for however long you want it to go. I don't know if it's picking up the audio, but you can lose it down.
So because Isaac Newton explained that, that you can be explained by classic physics laws like velocity and mass, you're a particle? Okay, I mean, that makes a little bit more sense. But Phil, I want to hear your side. What do you think you are?
So just record it for however long you want it to go. I don't know if it's picking up the audio.
That's a bold statement, Phil. You think you're both?
So just record it for however long you want it to go. I don't know if it's picking up the audio, but you can lose it down.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. For the viewers out there who don't know, what he's talking about is a German physicist by the name of Max Planck said that the way the black body radiation moved was in a stream of particles, which he promptly named quanta, each with an energy equal to the product of its wavelength. The relationship was later named Planck's constant, kind of fitting obviously, notated by lowercase h. Phil, I just want to say thank you for opening up. That was really hard of you. I understand, and I understand where you're coming from. It's tough being two things at once. But Phil, thank you again for coming. Great interview. Back to you at the desk, Jackson.
Touching interview, Austin, and thank you again for joining us, Phil. Stay tuned, because after the break, PNN will give you a rundown of one of the greatest ongoing debates in the physics world, Einstein versus Young, and you're not going to want to miss this. And we're back, and as promised, we are going to break down the Einstein versus Young debate as good as we can for those of you at home. If you're confused, simply stated, the greatest physicist, Thomas Young, performed one of the most famous experiments in the wave versus particle argument. What Young did is known as the double slit experiment, and it set the precedent for years to come in the science world. Now what he did was he shined a light through a small plate of metal, not too big, which had two minuscule slits in it, and what happened was simply incredible. The light that shone through the two slits created an interference pattern, and this is similar theoretically to what a wave would do, not really a particle. So this provided a lot of evidence to his theory.
But Albert Einstein was not convinced. In fact, he thought the light was mainly comprised of particles. And to support his side of the argument, he came up with the idea of photons, which are basically particles of light. He proved this theory by showing that it was the frequency, not the intensity of the light rays, that could cause certain currents. This was not applicable under the idea that light was a wave, giving Einstein the ammo to prove the existence of photons.
Now this phenomenon is known as the photoelectric effect, and Albert Einstein won the 1921 Physics Nobel Prize for his hard work on this subject.
Jackson, to be honest with you, I don't know what to think.
I don't really either. It's a really hard topic, but I'm kind of leaning towards that it's a wave of particles, kind of simply because that's the easier option.
Well, you know what, Jackson? That's honestly a very understandable option, and honestly, if you go back to our interview with Phil, there is enough compelling evidence for both sides of the argument, but honestly, I think I would agree with you because it's just the easier way out, like you said, and my mind will never be able to wrap around either side.
It's also confusing, and I don't know if we'll ever have an answer to this debate, so of course not anytime soon, So for now, you can always count on us, though, to give you all the facts. For PNN, I'm Jackson Harris.
And I'm Austin Garcia. Let the light shine on.